In this video, we are going to look at earnings per share as International Accounting Standard number 33. So we'll go straight into the question there that is saying the following information relates to Puppet Limited for the year ending 31st December 2019. Yeah, so we have that table from 2018, 2019 respectively, yes, like that. They've given us the following details that the following share issued took place during the year ended 31st December 2019. On 1st April 2019, Puppet PLC made a bonus issue of 1 new share for every 10 existing. So that's for the bonus, we'll come and deal with that. The other one is on 30th September 2019, Puppet PLC issued 50,000 ordinary shares at a full market price of 4.75 per share. And then in addition, Puppet had additionally previously issued 1 million of 5% convertible debenture. These are convertible into 1 ordinary share for every 2 held in 2023. So yeah, so the first part of the question is asking us to calculate the earnings per share. Okay, the basic earnings per share as of which year? 2019, but that's an error, sorry, it's supposed to be 2018. Please make that correction. So we're just calculating the basic as of 2018 when this the earliest year that has been given to us. That's how it was supposed to be phrased first. So how do you calculate EPS? It's supposed to be profit after tax and after removing dividends, of course, then divide that by the number of shares. So the question has given us everything in the table. Profit before tax is the 1.1 there, you're seeing the 1.1 million, then the 2,500,000 are the number of shares. So you just divide that. Let's do this. So yeah, like I was saying, EPS, you have your profit after interest and taxes over number of shares. So 1 I've just debased the last zero there for both things, both the shares and the number there. So 0.44. That's how you calculate basic. It's that straightforward. It's just a normal formula for EPS. Then you're done. What's the next part of the question now? The next part is now asking that calculate the original basic earnings per share and restated basic earnings per share for the year ended 31st December 2019. This is 19. I'm sure you've seen the correction below in pen ink there. So original and restated for 2019. So what we're going to do is we need to first calculate the original shares for 2019. So the original EPS for 2019. How are we going to do this? Remember, in 2019, something even happened. Earlier on in the year of 2019, there's some bonus issue that has taken place in 2019. So initially, we were just supposed to say what is the amount of what's this earnings. We have some earnings of 1350 there, and we have some shares of 25, right? But we will not just go direct and divide like the way we've initially done in part A. No, the thing is that when there's a bonus issue that has taken place in a year, we are supposed to consider it as if it was there from the initial start. So that's how it is when you're dealing with bonuses. So what we can do is let's first calculate how many shares are going to come from this bonus. Then we can see how best we incorporate them in the number of shares. That's what we're going to do. So let me do that now. So now that the bonus issue has taken place, like earlier mentioned, you now need to just first find how many shares are you getting from the bonus. They said it's 1 for every 10. So I've done the proportion there, as you can see on the screen. It's giving me 250,000 shares. So this 250,000, you will add it on to whatever shares that you originally had from 2018, because the way it is when you're dealing with the bonus issue is that you incorporate them and recalculate your original shares as if they were there from the start. That's what happens. So, and that is what you will record even in the year 2019 as what will start, because you've now incorporated these bonus shares. So that's what you always do with bonuses. So it's going to be now the 1 remember, you're going to still the 1 but you have your 25 initially. I've just debased it, even the other one, plus your 250, which I also just debased the extra from the bonus. So this now gives you a new EPS of 0.4 as the new value of your original in 2019, because you've now incorporated the bonus issue as you are starting this given year. That's what happens. So now, what about the other one? What they're saying now, what is the restated earnings per share for 2019? How do you restate it, given that there is a bonus issue in 2019 and the like? Okay, this is now the restatement process. So when you're restating earnings per share, of course, now at the year end, you will notice that there are lots of transactions that have taken place. There's a bonus issue. Then they're saying in September they've issued an extra 5. So you are not just going to add on and put the total. No, the shares are now valued at this. We are supposed to take the weighted number of shares according to what IS 33 states. Whenever there has been a bonus issue and what in a given year, you need to take the weighted average number of shares. And how do you get this weighted number of shares? How do you acquire it, or how do you calculate it? So the understanding is, first of all, establish how many shares you would have had by year end, right? So by year end, under normal circumstances, wait, you're starting your year with your 25, right? You're starting your 2019 with 25. Let's be together here. Then you have the bonus 250. I've added my 250,000. Not only there, you're now also adding that extra 5 that you're getting at the end of what, in September there. So in total, how many shares are these if you count? 3,250. I'm sure you must even now be wondering why I put the 3,250, and this is how it has come about. So like in the whole 2019, you're supposed to realize how many? 3,250,000 shares in total. But you will not just say, oh, these are my number of shares, these are the ones I'm going to divide when I'm doing my EPS. No, that would be wrong. So now the understanding is you need to get a weight to apportion properly, like, okay, from this time period to this time period we had this number of shares, then from this time period to this time period we had what, this also amount of shares. So the understanding is, for 9 months in 2019, for the 9 months in 2019, our shares were valued at 2,750 or 2,750,000. I was just debating. But why do I say that? Remember, you've started your year with your 2.5, right? So establish that point. You started your year with your 2.5. Then you get a bonus somewhere in April, right? So along the year, you get the bonus 250 added on. That's the 2,750 that we were seeing here. So for 9 months, that's what I was saying. 9 months is 2,750. Then after 9 months, you now issue another set of shares, another set of ordinary shares, which is now another new package, and you need to apportion it for those remaining 3 months. So what you can basically do is, if you want, you can say, I think you can just come and get the 3 months of that 500, and just come and top it up alternatively. So what we just done here is that we just said, okay, by the end you get what, 3,250, right? That's the understanding. So by the end you get 3,250, but instead of that, we just get 3 months, because you did not have the 3,250 for the whole year. No, you only had the 3,250 for what, for 3 months. I don't know if you're getting the logic, because under normal circumstances you are 2,750 as of the 9th, or as of the 9th month. Then for the remaining 3 months, that's when you acquired an extra 5. You went to 3,250 from that date. You get that logic. So that's the logic that's basically happening there, and that's why I had to just say 3 months of this. So now therefore you will notice that it has given us a total shares, the total number of weighted shares of what, 2,875 for the year of 2019, and we're going to now use this to calculate the EPS for 2019, the restated EPS for 2019, and say 1,350 as the profit after tax in 2019, and use the 2,875, giving you 0.47 earnings per share. So I'm just rounding off my answers to do decimal places here. There, that's what we're ending basically. So that's the point. Okay, so part 3 is saying, at calculate fully diluted earnings per share for the year ended 31st December 2019. So how do you calculate the diluted earnings per share? So there's some details they even mentioned here that in addition, Poppet had previously issued 1 million 5% convertible. Yeah, so saying 5% convertible debentures. So these are convertible at 1 for every 2 held. So that's how we'll be converting, because when you're diluting shares, it's like you're basically converting the loan stocks. Those is convertible, they call them convertible bonds or convertible debts, those that can be easily changed to shares. So these is the sort of increase the amount of shares that you had. That's what they even call dilution basically. Yeah, so 1 to 2, let's do that. So yeah, 1 for every 2 held. So meaning, well, how 1 for every 2 debentures held. So that was 1 million. So when you do that, you get 500,000 convertible shares now. That's what you're going to be using, 500,000 shares. So those will be now your additional shares that you'll be using. That's one thing. Then when you're dealing with the diluted number of shares, you need to know what they call the notional interest. So what is the interest you are initially paying? You are paying 5% on the 1 million, right? So you need to know this, which is 50,000 kwacha. But the notional interest should always be taken what, after tax as well. So why do we take the notional interest after tax? Remember, what's supposed to happen when you're diluting the shares according to IAS 33, you need to first add the original profit after interest and tax, and obviously after paying off dividends, then you add notional interest. So remember, this profit is already after tax. So as you're adding anything to it, it should also be taken after tax. So remember all these pointers, and that's why we convert. So what is your notional interest? In this case, it will be 37,500. That's your notional interest, which are adding to your profit before after interest. Sorry, 1,350. It's a million, by the way. Let me just put back all the zeros. After that, the next thing you're going to do is your shares, 2,875 million plus what's the extra number of shares you're getting from the dilution? It's these. What do you end with at the end of the day? So the answer that this is giving you will be 0.41 as the new EPS after dilution has taken place. So to be able to tell whether it is dilutive or not dilutive, you need to tell based on these changes that we're going to make the notional interest. So the interest that you'll be paying on that, the three after tax, of course, over the extra shares that you're going to get is giving you 0.07 something, right? It's less than, if it's less than your basic EPS, then it is what? Dilutive. That's the catch here. So basically, this is the standardized 33 and the understanding on how you can restate, calculate your original shares, and hope find this video helpful.